Hello and welcome to another Murders at Karlov Manor draft. We are currently sitting at rank number 103 Mythic after going 5-3 with our Azorius Detectives deck. And hopefully we can build on that and slowly climb up. Maybe another sweet rare like Ezreal to draft around. That would be nice. Before the draft starts, I do want to say if you wanted to support the channel in other ways, I have started a Patreon. The link is in the description below. Shout out to all the current patrons. Really do appreciate all of the support. All right, but it is now draft time. Can we do it? Okay. Oh, haven't opened that one before. Ansrag the Quake Mole. So, I mean, it's a mythic rare. I think the correct pick might be Gleaming Gear Drake. This might actually just be a better card and a better archetype, right? Where blue-red, I think, is a stronger archetype than red-green. Red-green's one of the weaker ones. Glint Weaver and Private Eye are also reasonable options. And then if you wanted to go with a single-color card, you can take the Cold Case Cracker. Now, the thing with the Ansrag is it is also splashable. It's just a large body. If you're drafting red-green aggro, this plus Fanatical Strength, I mean, how do you ever beat Ansrag into Fanatical Strength? I don't know that you can. I don't know that you can. So this definitely, you can play it in any deck, but it's way, way better if you want to be aggressive. Moving on to this pack, we have several red and green cards that are solid options. Case of the Burning Masks as just a decent removal spell. I do like this better in red-white because you typically go wide, and triggering or solving this case is a lot easier when you have a lot more creatures. But for me, if I want to be green-based, I think I want the Flourishing Bloomkin. Just a really big fan of this card in general. It's between that and the Tunnel Tipster. It is nice to be able to play the Ansrag on turn 3, but I think the Bloomkin is just a better card. So I'm going to go with the Bloomkin here. As much as I want to go turn 2 Tipster into turn 3 Ansrag, I mean, you can still just play Ansrag turn 4. And then you just have the Bloomkin, which you can also play turn 2, right? If you have a lot of forests. So this is kind of our start so far. And definitely a red-green Fanatical Strength is something that I'm interested in. I don't really care about these face-down cards very much. The Crocodile, I think, is kind of replaceable. If I get a Rift Burst Hellion, that's also fine. But I do think Fanatical Strength, I definitely want. This pack is overall fairly weak, so I don't think I'm missing out on very much. So I'm happy enough taking the Fanatical Strength here to go with my Ansrag. I just want to live that dream, okay? Let me live that dream. Another fairly underwhelming pack here. Nothing I really care too much about. Crowbot Haunch is okay if you're looking to go wide and maybe a red-white deck. It's fine, but no reason for me to try to dip into white. White doesn't seem super open right now, so I guess I can take the Culvert Ambusher. I'm not the biggest fan of this card, but it's a fine filler green creature to play, but I don't think it's... I think it's kind of replacement level. It's not as good as it looks, let's just say. Here I am really happy slamming the Greenbelt Radical out of this pack. Surveillance Monitor is the next best card to take. Unauthorized Exit is a fine trick, and Wisp-Drinker Vampire is also good if you're in black-white, but of course we're very far away. Green definitely feels open. We're seeing a lot of green cards. But I'm going to take the Radical over the Monitor. If I was in blue-green, I think I'd still take the Radical, but I think it's closer. But we're green. We're beating down. Let's take the Radical here. Moving on, we have Chalk Outline. Still a thing that I'd like to do at some point. Don't think this is the deck for it. We are not seeing a single red card whatsoever. We just have this Ansrag. There's a Hedge Maze if we wanted to go blue-green, but I do love me a Loxodon Eavesdropper. So I'm just going to take this here and just kind of lock myself into mono green for now, splashing the Ansrag, and then just kind of seeing where the packs go afterwards. This pack, I've explained before why I don't like the Assassin's Trophy, but I'll say it again. The reason why I don't like this card is this is never a removal spell that you're casting early. It's something that you're casting late. Because if you cast it early, more often than not, the land that you give them is going to cause you to lose the game. So I think it's an okay card, but not something I really want in my decks. I think I want Gravestone Strider here. I don't like Felonious Rage that much in red-green. I like it more in red-white. And the Gravestone Strider definitely opens the window for me to draft different colors. And even if I wanted to go mono-green splashing the Ansrag, the Strider would allow me to play the Ansrag. Because if I end up with a bunch of Flourishing Bloomkins, for example, then we can try to play as many forests as possible. Here, we are extremely happy with an 8th pick Nervous Gardener. The only color that's clearly open here for us is green. We have no idea what the other color is supposed to be, but happy enough just taking all the green cards. Here, I'm going to just take a They Went This Way. I don't really want to play any of these other cards, but if we do end up with a deck that is looking to splash Izoni or something along those lines, I can see myself playing They Went This Way. White didn't seem especially open, so I don't want to take the Vigilante. I'll take a Hotshot Investigators. If I have a bunch of ramp and end up going blue-green, definitely something that you can try to take. Here, I'm going to take 20 gems and like it. Thank you very much. I'll take a Demand Answers out of this pack, but man, red did not seem open. But I am not sure what my other color is supposed to be, and that's a Vannifar. That is a Vannifar. So I'm going to take it. How about that? There's no green card here. There's no great red card. Novice Inspector is the best common here. Dog Walker is also very good, but if we're going to be kind of touching on red, it's not that great because we won't be able to flip it over that easily. Push-pull is also pretty decent, but again, if we're looking to splash red, the double red's not good. Vannifar is highly splashable. We have a Nervous Gardener and a Gravestone Strider already, so I am going to take the Vannifar here and like it, and see if we can end up in blue-green, or green splashing blue and red. Moving on to this pack, we have a Torch to Witness, premium removal spell. Definitely going to take this out of this pack. We have an Ansrag and Vannifar. Ideally, we can play both. And look, Vannifar, it's great on turn 4, but it's still fine as a splash. But Torch to Witness is premium removal, so we are going to take it here for our deck. Okay, now things are going to get a little more interesting. There's a cool card in this pack. Should I take the cool card? So I don't think we're lining up to be a red herring deck necessarily. I can take a Topiary Panther for mana fixing. But there's a card that I want to take. And there's a card that I think all of you also want me to take. Out cold. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to take Case of the Hothouse. I'm going to take Case of the Locked Hothouse just because it's a rare. It's sweet. It's like week 5 of the format. And I want to take sweet cards. Right? Let's have some fun. Let's go off. Let's play all the lands and let's have a good time. How about that? Do you want to have a good time with me? So Gleaming Geardrick on the double weird off splash probably is not worth it here. So I don't think I want to take that here. Case of the Shattered Pact is interesting here. I think I want it over the Sanitation Automaton just to make sure I can cast my spells. And there is a very small chance we can solve this case depending on the type of permanents that we get. And this makes sure that we continue hitting our land drops with cards like Case of the Locked Hothouse. So we're now trying to be a Case of the Locked Hothouse deck. And if that's the case, well, we got to take all these cards. Also, it's an enchantment, so you can play it off Case of the Locked Hothouse, which is kind of cool. Here, I'll take another Culvert Ambusher, just a green card to take. Happy with that. And now I'm going to take Topiary Panther. Blue also didn't seem especially open. We're just kind of green touching on blue and red. But I'll take the Panther to help us with the mana fixing. Love me a Get a Leg Up. Now, with a card like Case of the Locked Hothouse, you do want to minimize on the number of spells that you have in your deck, just so that you don't have misses. If you do hit Get a Leg Up, Torch of Witness, or Fanatical Strength on top of your deck, you get to miss. But that being said, Get a Leg Up is a premium spell, and oh my gosh, an 8th pick Greenbelt Radical. That is an 8th pick Greenbelt Radical. We are going to slam that. And now, what card do I really wish I had in my deck? Tunnel Tipster. Tunnel Tipster would be something that I'd be interested in. Think I'm going to take the first Vengeful Creeper. I don't think I want to play like a million Case of the Shattered Packs. We already have a Panther. We already have a Case of the Shattered Pack. I do like Vengeful Creeper as a creature. So I'm going to take this over Case of the Shattered Pack number 2. Here, I'm just going to take a 1-mana creature. Probably not going to play it, but I'll keep it there just in case. And yeah, blue, not open from either side. So I'm just going to kind of cut both here like this, and probably just say, hey, we're probably just playing this Vannifar here. Probably just playing this Vannifar. All right, so that's a Case of the Crimson Pulse. Is this a Case of the Crimson Pulse deck? I don't think so, but what am I taking out of this pack? There's just not a good green. There's not a good green card here. But I'm going to have a bunch of cards in my hand. I mean, if I'm blue-green, I guess I can take the Cracker just as a decent creature. I don't think I'm red herringing I don't think I'm playing red herring in my deck. Maybe I'll just take maybe I just take the green card here. Look, the first copy of Rubble Belt Maverick is probably fine to play. So let's just take that. And then now we have Makeshift Binding, which we don't really want to play. We're not really good at milling ourselves, so I don't know how good World Soul's Rage is in this type of deck. We could play Aftermath Analyst. We have Rubble Belt Maverick. Then we maybe table the World Soul's Rage. We need a cheap creature. This helps us ramp to get to Case of the Locked Hat House. I'm going to try the Aftermath Analyst here. Yeah. Oh, and there's a Killer Among Us. Does that give us a black permanent? No, blue, red, and green. But I'm going to slam a Killer Among Us out of this pack. And now we just need a black permanent to, I guess, trigger this. But we're just going to take this here. It's also an enchantment, so you can also play it off of Case of the Locked Hat House. We're still kind of in the when in doubt, take the green card strategy. I mean, look, there's just nothing. There's not even a card I want in another color. I already have a Hotshot Investigators. I'm not sliming against humanity here. I guess I take gems. Any gem gamers? Okay, that's a black-green... Oh, there's a bite down on crime, though. Gonna take that for sure. There was a black-green land, but we're not splashing for black in any way. And I could use another removal spell. So happy enough with the bite down on crime. And now that's a late Archdruid's Charm. Very, very happy about that. Very happy about that. It allows us to go fetch for Ansrag or Vanifar. And we're going to be primarily forests. Oh my gosh. Oh my, that's a Tunnel Tipster as well, but that's a 7th pick Hide in Plain Sight. This is the most open I've ever seen green. Wow. Okay, we're taking Hide in Plain Sight. 8th pick. What? Okay, so the reason why I'm not seeing cards in other colors is nobody else is in green and everybody else is taking everything else. I'm going to take Tunnel Tipster here. Let's take Tunnel Tipster. I don't think I'm going to pick my poison here. I'll take Airtight Alibi. Honestly, it's not the worst combat trick, and it is an enchantment to hit off of Case of the Locked Hat House. So this could be our deck for now. I'm interested in how this deck's going to play out. We have pretty good spells. I do like Vengeful Creeper, so I'll probably just play another copy there. Not going to slam against humanity. And yeah, we're going to have lots and lots of forests here. Green, I mean, this is basically mono green. I don't think this is a day went this way. We don't we're not ramping into cards that gets us back from behind. Probably don't want 2 copies of Airtight Alibi. I don't even know if I want the first copy. Don't know if Rubble Belt Maverick or Aftermath Analyst is actually going to make the cut here. Probably actually just cut the Alibi. Maybe it's something like this. We could play these as 2 drops if we absolutely need to. I do like all my other creatures, really. And I'm mostly happy with these spells as well. So I kind of like this setup here. And now I'm just looking here to see if I'm missing anything. And the real question here is, do I want Airtight Alibi? Like I said, Aftermath Analyst, I feel like you need a few more ways to mill your graveyard. Cards like if you have a Projector Inspector or multiple Rubble Belt Mavericks, I think then you can really try to kind of ramp with the Aftermath Analyst, or if you have escape tunnels and such. But because I don't think I want it. It is a 2-mana play, though. It is a 2-mana play. So do I want Airtight Alibi over a creature? Yeah, I think I can just cut a Culvert Ambusher. We'll do that. I kind of value having tricks. I think it's important to have a decent number instead of just trying to play creatures every single turn. And with those 5 cards that we had laid out turn 3, along with the Nervous Gardener and the Bloomkin, I just think we have enough to do there. So I think cutting 1 Ambusher just to get an extra trick in there is probably fine. And we are going first. And yeah, this hand, this deck notably doesn't have a lot of cheap things to do. So we can definitely get run over, especially if we're on the draw against mono red. Or excuse me, Boros. But everything going according to plan here. Case of the Shattered Pact getting us an island. So now we have all 3 colors. We can face down the Vengeful Creeper into Vannifar or Ansrag. Which one do we go with? Let's play a face down Vengeful Creeper, as it is our only play. No blocks. Aftermath Analyst. Okay. So they're doing the... Ooh. They have an Axebane Ferox in their deck. When it becomes blocked, untap each creature you control. I mean, I'm just going to play we're going to go Vannifar. Let's cloak a card. Let's cloak the mole. And then no attacks. It's just a pretty free block for them. If they have a removal spell like a Bite Down on Crime, they definitely want to use it now. Wow. What are our... Okay. What? Okay. You got me. They're being very aggressive for an Aftermath Analyst deck into Detective Satchel. All right. All right. Well, let's see. How do I want to do this? I definitely want to flip over my Ansrag. Do I want to cloak another card from my hand? My hand does seem pretty good, though. Vengeful Creeper is quite nice. So I think this time I'm just going to put a counter on everything. And then... when this becomes blocked, untap each creature you control. What does this one do? I can't flip this up, right? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Let's just attack. All right, good luck. I have an Ansrag. My hand is ridiculous as well, by the way. Can I force something to block? It costs 7 mana? Okay. Oh, no! I think we'll be fine. Okay, so let's be careful with this. Let's just not throw anything away. I can cast Archdruid's Charm plus Torch the Witness. I can Torch for 1. They do have 1 mana, so they could have Get a Leg Up. But I think with Archdruid's Charm, we can still get them. So let's do this. Okay. Okay, so that means they don't have the Get a Leg Up. Let's go ahead and just fight then. Yep. Let's put a +1. Okay. Vannifar, good magic card. Good magic card. Wins games by herself. We drew our 2 mythics. That's a key to success here. You draw your rares. By the way, moving forward, that's what we're going to do. We see a fun rare. Let's take it and make it work. It can't be that wrong. Can't just be taking Novice Inspector every time, right? Okay, round number 2. Currently 1-0. We got that Tipster on turn 2 into all kinds of stuff. This is just a mono green stompy draw. Although, man, I'm always so tempted to just get value here off the Tipster, right? Just putting the extra counter on the Tipster when I can. Unscrupulous agent. I guess it's the fanatical strength. I think I prefer the bite down on crime. Another unscrupulous agent. Well, isn't this the most annoying thing I've ever seen in my life? Yes, it's a vengeful creeper. Well, they can't kill this. All right, let's I'm just going to play this face up. Just play a 4/4. The agent's got some premium cards. All right. No great attack here. I can bite down on crime the Mortipede and just attack. And then they probably chump and just take a lot less damage. Okay. Now they can't have Extract the Confession here. Curious Cadaver. Okay. Okay, now what? Think I attack? Okay. Well, this trade is okay. I think I'll be able to actually eat something with this. But I'm gonna play both. I know there's like a little bit of lost value not getting that extra counter on the tipster next turn, but I just want to play both things here. If I draw a land, I can actually eat this. Alternatively, I can just attack with everything. Actually, let's just do that. This is just a lot of pressure. If they block either of our face down cards, we can flip that up to kill the face down card. And then if they don't block, I can just flip over my Bloomkin and get in for a lot. Okay. So that's 10 damage. And they are passing. I'll play that just to get in for more damage. This could be out cold. Nope. All right, I'm gonna flip this up. It's a Crocodile. Okay. All right, they're at 1. Wow, they had nothing? What was in their hand? A bunch of counterspells? Like, I wasn't even sure if I was supposed to attack with my Culvert Ambusher because it could exactly have been the Undercover Crocodile. But I guess it got it done. I mean, if they played another creature there, they would eat my 2/2, and then their creature that they played would get eaten by my 7/7. But, yeah. I'll take it. Alrighty. We are on the play, and we are definitely keeping. We do technically have a 2-drop in the Bloomkin, but I think I'm just going to land cycle the Panther here just to not miss my land drops. This Case of the Locked House in the opener is never ideal, just because you look at it and you're like, all right, it's kind of a mulligan. Or it's like having a 7-drop in your hand, I guess. All right, let's play this. Yeah, I'm definitely land cycling here because I want to also ramp with the Bloomkin if I can. All right, turn 2 Automaton from the opponent. I'm gonna go fetch an island here with the Panther. There is some temptation to go get a forest just to have a bigger Bloomkin, but I'd much rather give myself the out of being able to play a Vanifar on turn 4. So it seems like a pretty easy land cycle into island. Then we can play the island and then play the face down Bloomkin here. And then we can go hide in plain sight. You got me. Furtive Courier. Okay. That's interesting. Archdruid's Charm. Don't think that does. I mean, it's pretty clearly hide in plain sight here. So let's go do that. Let's go hit our... Wow. Wow, Greenbelt Radical. Greenbelt Radical. I can flip this up for 4 mana, by the way. And, oh man. I can flip it over for 4 mana. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna just pass. I just feel like I have the late game here, right? Although, I mean, I can make something block, but... I'm just gonna pass. I mean, I can play Anzrag. I just have access to all the tricks now. And if they don't do anything, I can simply just flip up the Bloomkin to get 2 forests. And then next turn, I can play Case of the Hothouse and flip that next turn. And I'm not sure that a blue-green deck can really deal with that. Interesting. So the Loxodon Eavesdropper did attack me. So probably like +3/+3 in trample or something along those lines. I mean, I'm just going to block with the Bloomkin. I want to flip this anyways. So I'll just block with the Bloomkin and then make them use the combat trick. Okay, I am happy enough with that trade. Another face down card. All right, so we just need to basically not die. We just basically need to not die here because Case of the Locked Hothouse will flip. Now, alternatively, I can try to wait a little bit. And by waiting, I mean, we're at 15. I can just keep trying to add to the board because if this is the last thing in play, that's also really great for me. And leave up like just a wide variety of tricks and what have you. Oh, I can also eat the Sanitation Automaton. Is that good? Free Automaton does not seem bad. Just try my best to try to keep the board clear and develop my board by having more mana. Although I can theoretically take a lot of damage this turn. We will take all of it, though. I have access to 8 mana next turn. So I think playing Anzrag will be very good for us. All right. They have an escape tunnel too. Jeez. All right. We'll see what happens. I want to put a little pressure because I feel like I'm also pretty close to killing them with Anzrag. As long as they don't get us with get a leg up. But the combination of Fanatic Strength, Archdruid Charm, get a leg up means I think it's going to be pretty difficult for them. Oh, that's just a Nervous Gardener? Okay. Yeah, this should be pretty good for us. Out cold would be pretty devastating, I will say. Out cold would be very, very good. We'd have to use... okay, that's a dramatic accusation. It's also quite good. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't play Case of the Locked Hat House, though. Okay. So, I mean, we're certainly playing into some kind of a combat trick that they can have here. But I'm going to block the Surveillance Monitor and the Furtive Courier and flip over my Greenbelt Radical just to put a lot of power in play. Because if our Greenbelt Radical lives and we have a Culvert Ambusher, that's 10 damage, plus this 13. If the Tipster dies, I mean, this is still +3/+3, that's 16. And we have Archdruid's Charm. All right, this is our trick. All right, that was really good for us. And I mean, depending on what they do here, right? Depending on what they do, we are set up pretty nicely. Cold Case Cracker is the game. All the green sources. All the pump spells. 17 damage out of nowhere. All right. 3-0. 3-0. Number 60. Let's go. Okay. On the play, we have Gravestone Strider into Vannifar. Just need to find land number 4, so I'm definitely keeping. All right. No land number 4 just yet. I have this Greenbelt Radical. I would love a land. If I don't draw a land, I would really like to... Okay, well, that was an island too. That's great. I was just going to say, I really wanted to draw a different face-down card so that I can play this Cloaked with the Vannifar, because that's really, really good. It could only cost 4 mana to get the Overrun effect. But I think it's more important to be able to play a creature here. Get a leg up doesn't seem that good here. Neither does Bite Down on Crime, so I think it's just Vannifar. I kind of like my lands, though. So it might just be Vannifar, put a counter on both my things. Yeah, I don't want to miss a land drop here. Then we'll just pass. They can use Bite Down on Crime, but I still got like some value out of this, right? Because I still got to put 2+1/+1 counters on my creature. So it was a 4-mana 3/4. ETB put 2+1/+1 counters on my creatures. That's pretty good. Now this does feel like a Bite Down on Crime. It is what it is. I am happy trading Tipster here for my Strider if they want. Okay, and we drew Killer Among Us. Wow. Yeah, that's great. No blocks from them. Killer Among Us. Which one do we choose? I haven't chosen Merfolk in a while. Let's do that. And now we have Get a Leg Up, which is +5/+5. We have Bite Down on Crime as well. So this is just a lot for them to handle. They might just go double face down card, honestly. It's a lot scarier when they do this, though, I will say. It's definitely a lot scarier. I'm just going to attack with 2 mana up. I think I just want to attack with my face down card. Or not my face down card. I think I just want to attack with... oh, it's a Granite Witness? Okay. What is it? Merfolk? Let's kill the Merfolk. Or let's pump that. And then let's post-combat, now that we have the food, let's kill the Tipster. Oh, I actually should have targeted Merfolk because it has Death Touch. I should have targeted Merfolk because it has Death Touch, because they could have had Get a Leg Up, I guess. But basically, I'm just not going to play around No Witnesses and just have a really great board. They have Absolving Lammasu. Nothing is suspected, but with 1 white mana up, this should get it done. I think we just attack with everything here, and we are good. They're going to block... Like, even if they block the 4/4, the 3/3, and the 2/2, they take 4 + 6, and that's 10 damage. Actually, what... actually, I should have played the Vengeful Creeper face down. But this is still lethal. Super lethal. Get a Leg Up. Heck of a magic card. Heck of a magic card. 4-0. Let's keep it alive. Almost top 50. So we're going on a nice run here with the help of Vannifar. Okay. We have a Vannifar, but this time we can't play it. I'm on the draw. I don't have any 2s, but my deck doesn't have a lot of 2s in general, so I feel like I'm just gotta keep this. I got the Vengeful Creeper on 3. All right, so we drew Nervous Gardener, which is great. That does allow us to get the land that we need for the Vannifar. Good thing they didn't play an aggressive 2-drop. And they didn't play a 3-drop. Wow. All right, I'm going to play Vengeful Creeper here first, because I don't want my face-down creature to get killed by an extract, because I really need to get a blue source, right? So if they extract me, then I want them to get the creeper instead. And then we can now just play this. And then now we can use the Nervous Gardener to go ahead and fetch an island. They did find a land, but it was delayed, and then they went back-to-back lands because they surveilled on top. But hopefully we can put enough pressure now, because they fell behind enough to be able to get them. Oh, Case of the Shattered Pact. Well, I think the play here is just Vannifar and start cloaking our forests. And then let's attack with the Gardener. The Vengeful Creeper is going to be a 6/6 next turn, so I just don't feel like trading that with the 2/2 that they have in play. And this is a lot of damage coming in. Now, if they kill the Vannifar, that changes things, of course. They probably will. Ooh, Deadly Complication. Okay, I see. Why didn't they... Oh, it's no longer suspected. I was like, what's going on? Huh. Well, I mean, we just got to do it. We just got to do it. Like, our opponent's playing some grindy deck. I mean, we just got to do it. There's no other. We just got to do it. It has been solved. The case has been solved. Please do not kill our case. Please do not kill our case. We even have a shuffle. We have a shuffle effect for Case of the Shattered Pact. I'm excited. I'm excited. We get to go off with the case this turn, maybe. Face down card from the opponent. This could be a Vengeful Creeper. Unscrupulous Agent. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to get rid of the case. I mean, I think the Fanatical Strength is going to be great here, so let's get rid of the case. Don't think they have great attacks. And let's flood the board, maybe. Of course! Of course! That makes me so sad. We have a torch as well in our deck, I guess. We'll do that trade. Try to keep the board reasonably clear. Please don't be Vengeful Creeper. If it's Vengeful Creeper, then I think we're behind, to be honest. Okay, that's a Sir Conrad. Nothing from them. Okay, here we go. Let's play this face down. Let's play this face down. Land? No land. Okay. Do I want to trade this with Sir Conrad? I think that's okay. Or I don't mind trading it with the face down card either, so. I mean, I'm kind of telegraphing get a leg up, but I just feel like it's also getting in free damage. We're at 20. Krenko's Buzz Crusher, okay? No lands to kill. We do have get a leg up. Oh, they're targeting themselves! Oh, and they got an island. That is incredible. Okay, land. Oh, that's an Archdruid's Charm. Okay. I do think that is good. I do think that is good. I don't think I need to flip up my Flourishing Bloomkin just yet. Let's go ahead and play Greenbelt Radical face down. And let's pass. Oh, right. I just completely forgot about Sir Conrad's ability to do that. All right, well, they milled a Deadly Complication. We're drawing a land, which is actually not bad, because I think next turn we're just gonna jam. They don't have great attacks, and next turn we're gonna be able to get in for lots and lots of damage. We have all kinds of great cards to flip up. Mostly we want to flip up the Greenbelt Radical if we can. And they're at 14 life, so... We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana available. All right, we hit Bite Down on Crime. All right. Let us see what you have. So this is pretty decent blocks for us. We'll see what they do. I don't think I need to go for anything just now. I think they're going to have something to do with their 5 mana. So they flipped over Offender at Large to target their Lazov. So now we can get in for 7 more damage. Currently they're taking 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 7. All right. Get a leg up. Getting it done once again. But Case of the Locked Outhouse getting us some value, but not all the value because we have some number of decent tricks. And we kept running into them. I don't know. I mean, am I supposed to not play these tricks? It's really weird. How many spells do I have? I have 3, 4, 5. I have 6 spells. I do have 6 spells. I mean, the thing is, the card is still pretty good. You don't have to just go completely bonkers. If it gets you a couple of cards, that's pretty good. And all my spells are good. All right, 5-0. We have cracked the top 50. We have cracked the top 50. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this. It does need one more land, but we did draw the Vannifar again. We have the Topiary Panther to go fetch us the island here that we need. Yeah, and I'm not going to play the Gravestone Strider here. I'm just going to channel the Panther here. And I'm still getting an island. Actually, I can get a forest. Is that crazy? What if I get a forest because I have the Archdruid's Charm to find a land? Yeah. It feels really odd, but I guess I just drew Nervous Gardener, so I'm going to just play that. Green and white doesn't really have a great way to kill this. Oh, a land would have been so good. All right, let's go ahead and turn this face up. Let's go get Island. And then let's go ahead and play a Vengeful Creeper. Suppose I could have also played Gravestone Shredder. Griffknot Tracker, okay. Turns down our Bite Down on Crime. Here the question is, do I want to go with Hide in Plain Sight or Vannifar? Vannifar definitely just adds a lot more power to the battlefield. So I think I'm going to do that. And I'll trade this if they want. And let's face down... let's cloak the Bloom... Oh, cloaking the Bloomkin is awesome, by the way. Cloaking the Bloomkin is incredible. I can cloak it up for 2 mana. All right, well, we'll see if they just have an answer for the Vannifar. It looks like they do. We do have Archdruid's Charm, though. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Next turn's going to be ridiculous. Next turn is going to be ridiculous. Okay, check this out. I'm going to flip over the Flourishing Bloomkin for 2 mana. Then I'm going to get 2 forests, play 1 untapped, cast Archdruid's Charm to get back to kill the binding and get back my Vannifar. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Oh, man. Get aggressive. Do you probably have a combat trick? I'm okay with this. All right, it's just a Nervous Gardener. But they take 7. We got a bunch of lands. We get to hide in plain sight, bite down on crime. All kinds of goodies. Oh, they don't have an answer for Vannifar. They are in some serious trouble here. Wow, we can flip this face down and flip it up to give everything +1/+1 and trample. And I can bite down in crime. Yeah, let's do that. And I want to target my Bloomkin because that will definitely kill the tipster. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, man. All right. Let's cloak the Greenbelt Radical. Let's attack with everything. Let's flip over Greenbelt Radical. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Vannifar, you are the best. The best. Thank you so much. Whew. That was spicy. That was spicy. I mean, the Vannifar was already probably winning, but just come on. That was still cool, right? That was you gotta admit. Okay. Going for the undefeated run with Temur Vannifar. Okay. Playing for all the marbles here. We are currently 6-0. This hand has a lot of good cards in it. We do need exactly 1 land, as long as they don't kill my Nervous Gardener. We just need to draw a land. We have lots of... We have Topiary Panther as well. We didn't draw a land. Oh, no. Okay. Look, I have 17 lands with a Case and a Panther. Really need a land here to play the Gardener. Come on! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Drew the land. Drew the land. Do not shock my Morph. Do not shock my... Oh, Delny. Okay. That thing has super flying. Okay, we didn't naturally draw the land. That would have been nice. We can bite down on crime to Delny. I might want to do that. I'm kind of scared of this card, to be honest. So let's go cycle. Let's go get a mountain. Let's bite down. Still seems like a pretty decent play. We have all the lands that we need. Next turn, we can flip this up. Still make sure we don't miss our land drop and play Vannifar or hide in plain sight. Vannifar flipping down the Greenbelt Radical is super good. We saw that before. Sanitation Automaton, okay. Do they have a land here? And if we don't see a land, okay. All right, the classic second main phase land. Definitely don't want to be missing land drops here. But let's play Vannifar. Let's cloak the Radical. Let's attack. If they use their combat trick to eat my Nervous Gardener, I'm okay with that. Although right now, because I have enough mana, I don't really feel the need to actually flip over my face down card. We'll see what they do. That's a red herring. I see. So they're trying to race me, which is interesting. I'm not going to block. We're going to play hide in plain sight next turn and attack for a lot, so 5, 6, 7, 8. let's see. I'm actually doing math to see if I'm going to kill them. Hold on. Let's actually do the math, because Vannifar will put +1/+1 counter on both. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this is lethal. Oh, this Vannifar is so good. So good. And our opponent is, you know, they tried. They tried to do things. We just need to play our land for the turn. And put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature I control. Attack. Cloak. And that's 14 damage. We drew Vannifar like every game. We drew Vannifar every game, and Vannifar plus Greenbelt Radical is completely bonkers. Completely bonkers. Our opponent had a game plan. They tried to kill us. They tried to put us away. But Vannifar just puts so much overwhelming pressure on you. If you don't kill it, I mean, for 4 mana, it just does so much. So much. So, let's take a look at our deck. Started out the draft with a first pick Ansrag. We wanted to try different things, and Ansrag is certainly a card that we haven't played with too much, so I wanted to give it a shot. And then we ended up mostly just trying our best to stay open, but it was pretty clear that red wasn't that open, and the only color that was really open was green, right? Over the course of the entire draft, all we saw were green cards. I mean, we were seeing cards like 8th pick Eavesdropper, super late Archdruid's Charms, we got a super late Hide in Plain Sight, so nobody was green. Everybody was red-white, blue-red, black something, and we got all the green cards, and we were just like, okay, we'll just stay open. Green is very deep. We'll take all the green cards, and depending on what powerful things we open, we'll just take those cards and make it work. And that's what we did here, right? We have 90% of our cards are green, but our blue card is busted. We have Vannifar. She was the absolute MVP. We have Ansrag, which is just a really, really hard hitter. And then we have Torch the Witness as a good removal spell. And we have enough interaction, good tricks, get a leg up, continues to impress. For 1 mana, you just get so much out of 1 mana. It's so good. The only bad thing that could have happened with this deck is us getting run over. Just because of the lack of 2s, I would have liked to have maybe another Tipster, maybe another Nervous Gardener, just to kind of shore the early game off. But, I mean, look, if you draw Vannifar every game, you're going to win a lot of games. And Archdruid's Charm also doing a lot of work. We use the Disenchant effect, we use the Fight effect. This card is just really, really good. And most green decks are pretty heavy green. So if you're playing 9 or 10 forests with like a Tipster, you're just going to be able to cast this card at some point. And I mean, if you can cast this mid-combat, it can be a complete blowout where the +1/+1 counter matters, the kill matters. There's just a lot of things you can do with this. So yeah, all kinds of bombs. Hide in Plain Sight, Vannifar, Ansrag, Double Radical, Killer Among Us. This deck was just so much power, so many great commons, uncommons, and rares, and we were able to do it. 7-0. When's the last time we did a perfect 7-0 run? I feel like it's been a while. Even that insane Boros Smuggler's Copter deck lost one because of mana issues. But this deck, it was smooth, right? We just didn't miss a land drop, played Vannifar on curve, had some tricks. It was great. And we climbed a lot. We climbed a lot today. We went from 100 something to rank 36. That's what happens when you go 7-0. So, really hoping that in the next video, we can maybe crack the top. I want to see a 2 in front of my number. Hopefully, we can get that done. If you wanted to support this channel in other ways, thank you for watching. You can check out my Patreon channel. The link is in the description below. Once again, shout out to all the current patrons. It really makes it so that I can continue making content for a living. And it's great. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, the viewer, for watching. Also really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like or subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. We need like 3 or 4 more perfect runs to maybe try to tickle rank 1. Thanks for watching.